Good morning, good evening, wherever you are in the world. Welcome to Thursday's live training. You can join me live every time this Thursday. It's 9 a.m. UK time. Check your time zone. And I'm going to be putting all of these replays in the guide section so you can catch up, you can watch at your own leisure. And any questions you have at all, feel free to private message me. I love to connect, or make a post, pop them in the group. This group is for you to use as you wish. Really, today I really, I've had so much going around in my head with what I want to talk about today. So I'm going to keep this really real. I'm going to keep this really honest, which is all you will ever get from me. I very much believe in speaking how things really are, how things really have been, and just bringing a different perspective of the sober journey, and that's how I do this with the wellness tree. So okay, I'm just going to dive into this training, and we are talking today about creating on-track days. I want to establish as well and just clarify what an on-track day actually is, because that is going to feel different for all of us. And when we learn to create on-track days that feel really good, that feel really aligned, when we're going to bed proud, when we know in our heart and in our soul that we have given everything we could to the day, there's nothing like that feeling. And I call this soul wealth. This is part of what soul wealth actually is. So I was somebody who was caught in the cycle of never-ending drinking, not drinking days. It's grey area drinking, it's not now and again drinking, and it's not end of spectrum addiction where somebody would need to be medically detoxed. I am talking about this grey area. It feels very confusing. I have a lot of DMs when people say to me, you know, when they really open up and share with me what they're struggling with, and they say to me, I don't get it, I don't know what's wrong with me, I feel so silly, I just can't get out of this cycle. And I wake up every morning with great intentions not to drink today, and then by the end of the day, somehow I've stopped at the shop, or I've popped down to the garage and there is wine in the basket, and I just need something to silence my brain. And if you're feeling this, you know, you're not alone. It's the number one thing I hear is, I have these amazing intentions and I know what I want to be doing in my days. I know I want better health. I know I want more energy. I know I want to be showing up, doing my lives in my business. I want to have clearer intuition so I can really receive those messages for myself and really be in the true, authentic, aligned version of me. And I know what I need to be doing. And I know all of the healthy habits that I want to be doing. But it's not happening, or if it is happening, it's not consistent. And I find myself walking back into those drinking days again. All I can say is this is perfectly normal. It's all part of leaving grey area drinking. And it's not easy, because if it was easy, everyone would be doing it. And the other thing to point out is that this is doing the inner work, which I know you are all doing, or else you wouldn't be here, you wouldn't be having your businesses, amazing soul-led missions in the world. You're doing the work. And this is for all of us. We need to be doing this work daily. And there's a real closeness to this inner work that we can get to when we notice, when we become aware of our patterns in other ways that we notice, and these can be the things that are holding us back. And then we practice stretching into the discomfort, we practice breaking these patterns. But this is, you know, a huge, huge topic, and we're not going to dive really deeply into this today. Today is a toe dip into how to start this, and I want you to be able to start to create having some kind of structure so that you are able to move forward and break these patterns. And this is exactly what we work on in Strong Roots. That's the paid membership of this group. It's super affordable. I've deliberately kept it in a way that there should be no barriers. There should be no barriers. But we need to be doing this inner work. We need to be cultivating strong roots. And yesterday in Strong Roots, we did a gorgeous gut health teaching session, because gut health is about preparing our soil. Now I'm going to be talking about the wellness tree, but the wellness tree, it starts as a seed. And we have to be able to plant these seeds, our dreams, our hopes, our vision for our health, our wellness, our business, our home, everything that's important to us. We need to plant these seeds in rich soil, in nutritious soil. So gut health is a huge piece of this journey. And it's an ongoing piece, and it's not just about the food that we're putting into our bodies. It's actually a way of living. So just know that there are many different pieces which we pull from the wellness tree, which will support you in creating on-track days in a much deeper way. So if you want more support with that, send me a message or pop roots in capital letters below this video, and we will connect. We'll have a little chat in Messenger, and I'll see you know, how I can support you a little more with this. And if you want details of the membership, absolutely let me know and I will pop those to you. So the truth I want you to hear first about on-track days. This is really, really important. On-track days are not about perfection. So if you're waiting, if you're just holding yourself back, thinking I'm failing, I'm not doing it properly, you know, this, I'm not doing it right, this is all wrong, it's, you know, just get that in a little ball, scrunch it up and just toss it out the window. Thanks, but no thanks. And also if your brain is chit-chatting away, thank you, brain. This is how we're doing it now. We are opening to learning a new way of living, a new way of being, and you can take from this training and anything else that I share with you what feels good, what doesn't. It's what I do with my mentors. I've got several different mentors for different life areas, and I pull pieces from their teachings, things that really, really resonate, and I work with them, and that's all part of the wellness tree as well. So on-track days are not about perfection. They are actually about staying connected to yourself. We are not abandoning ourselves anymore. You are not failing if the day is messy and it's all gone tits up, it's all gone pear-shaped. It's not a failure. These are your little balls of superpower nuggets that you get to take with you and you get to see your feedback, your lessons. This is how you gain your knowledge and wisdom. And I see these as stepping stones to the path of greatness, of who you are. So you are succeeding if you don't abandon yourself, even if it's messy, even if it's imperfect. Brilliant, right? Who said gardening is meant to be a clean, tidy thing? It's not. We get our hands dirty. We have to dig deep to get those roots in deep. We sometimes have to get on our knees and pick out all the weeds and the things that don't need to be there. And we're clearing. We're clearing, we're cutting back, we're chopping, we're pruning. We are creating space to plant roots for beautiful things to bloom. So we are creating space to plant your roots so the beauty of you can grow. That's exactly what we're doing here. This is exactly how the wellness tree supports us in many, many ways in all life areas. How incredibly exciting is that? And stopping drinking or choosing not to drink today, just saying no thank you, that's you stepping into your power. And that, my friends, is a practice. It's seeing how many times we can do that throughout the day. And alcohol isn't actually the problem. You may think it is, but it's actually a nervous system solution. It's a solution. The nervous system is actually asking us for attention. It's asking us to be made calmer, steadier, soothed, comforted, relaxing, restoring, nurturing. And so right now, as we're easing into, well, we're almost midway through January, we're not meant to be out there pushing. We're not meant to be out there going for it and pushing and striving. This is about pausing. We've just entered this beautiful new year. It's a new year 2026. It's a 1 year numerologically. That's all about new beginnings, fresh starts, new ways of doing things, new ways of leading ourselves, which is incredibly exciting. The one is actually in my energy. It's who I am at soul level. I love it and I get super excited. And also it reminds me of how don't worry about the resets and the restarts, because actually I think we always need a daily, we need, every day is a new day. It's an opportunity for a fresh start. Not that I'm saying you need to be continually, like drinking every day and then starting again the next day and not drinking. I'm talking about resetting every day. Every day is a clean slate. But this new year, this new beginning, and wherever you are on your journey, it doesn't matter what time of year it is, just knowing that new beginnings need nurture. And before they need nurture, they need planning. We need to create that space to check in and think about, what actually do I want? What do I want this year to look like? What do I want this new, fresh, shiny start to look like? And if you're like me and you have had, I'm better with it now, but if you have that perfectionist thinking and you think, oh, I drank today and I didn't mean to, or oh, I didn't drink enough water, and oh, I grabbed that piece of cake and then it led to a sugar spiral. They're not dirty marks on the clean, shiny day. That is part of the colour that you're adding to the day, because it's your feedback. It's giving you direction. It's giving you clarity. It's helping you to understand what you don't want and what you want to bring in. So, what is an on-track day? Let's get really clear, because an on-track day is going to feel very personal and very different for each person, because it depends whereabouts you are on your sober curious journey, whatever you want to call it, whatever words, alcohol freedom, AF journey, sober journey, sobriety, whatever, soul freedom, whatever. I don't have any attachment to these words. None of them actually feel close to me apart from soul freedom, because it's so much more than the alcohol. It's, you know, stopping drinking is the start of actual true aligned living. That's the way I look at it. So grab your journal and just, you know, I invite you as well to carve out some time today for this, just a few minutes with your journal to just define for you, what does an on-track day mean to you? And this will come as a feeling, okay? An on-track day in my mind means it's a day where I am present with my emotions, where I'm not abandoning myself. I'm not deliberately numbing out, escaping, avoiding, not taking responsibility, just choosing not to think or feel or have my best interests at heart. It's like an effort moment. And an on-track day, really, it means that we are making conscious choices throughout our day. We're really checking in with ourselves. We're really tuning in and saying, now is this, you know, is it this or is it this? What would feel really good for me now? And really powerful thing to do is to fast forward your thinking. So if I drink this glass of wine now, if you're working on drinking less and that is in your plan, you know, and you're working towards letting it go, because some people are trying to do this, others just aren't able to do this. So just ask yourselves, if I have this today, how will I feel after that? How will I feel tomorrow? How will my energy be tomorrow? And actually, do I just choose not to have that wine? I'm not banning it. I'm not saying I can't. It's not a restriction, deprivation thing. But actually, I'm tuning into, what will I gain if I don't have that? I will gain clarity, more energy, a great night's sleep tonight. Maybe I will gain a steadier nervous system. In fact, you will. You need to also learn how to come back into alignment with yourself if you feel the wobble. Now, this happened to me yesterday. I'm currently doing the 75 Hard Challenge. I think I'm on day 18 today. I'm losing count of the days until I check in with my app. But yesterday afternoon, I had a huge sugar craving, absolutely out of the blue sugar craving. And I'm not having any refined sugar at all for the 75-day hard challenge, which feels like a huge challenge for me because I have been having a little bit as a conscious choice. Maybe at the weekends, I tend to dip in and out of things, and my plan is quite flexible. But right now, I am reining it back in. I want to do this challenge. And the wobbles were there yesterday. I had these scary moments. And I realised, actually, I hadn't had enough protein. I had gone too long without eating something. And, you know, also my brain was fast forwarding to the weekend when I know I'm going to be seeing my mum. I always have a piece of cake with my mum. It's the thing we do. We go to a little tea shop. I'm not going to do that. We'll go to the tea shop, but I won't have the cake. It's still a lovely experience. And I'm going to breathe, and I've got the tools that I use. So I am planned for that day, and that is not going to derail me. So an on-track day has to be, You have to support yourself, knowing that you may well get cravings coming up. You may well have big feelings coming up, whether that's sadness or anger, or something happens, some triggering thing. Maybe it's excitement, you've had a great week, you've got a new client. It can be these extreme things, these extreme feelings that we have to feel. And we're like, what do I do with this? I don't know what to do with this energy. So having some kind of outlet is so helpful. And things like movement, it could be running, it could be walking, it could be yoga. Tune into your body as well with how you're feeling and what does your body actually need. And also tiredness can be a big one. You want to, really understand how to navigate these things. And you can have all of these things and hold them and work through them, and that is an on-track day. So if you're a sober, curious business owner or leader, if you're a woman who is drinking less, none, you're taking a break, and you're stuck in the grey area drinking cycles, or maybe you are currently doing dry January, or you're doing a dry spell, you're going really well and you want to keep it going, you want to maintain consistency, maybe you're feeling the wobbles, I'm going to share with you the wellness tree framework, and you can take this framework. I'm just going to run through it quickly, and you'll be able to get some kind of a plan in place. Now, if you want more support, if you have any questions, absolutely send me a message and I'll see if I can give you some hints and tips and guidance in Messenger. We talk about, in the wellness tree, we talk about having a root system. And we need to have a root system that's there within us daily that we can plug into. So if you've had a really busy day, you're holding a lot, family things, work things, clients, leading people, leading teams, you're out in the world, you're giving, you're creating, you're doing your thing. You're going to come back home in the evening and you're going to need something to plug into so that you are not reaching for the wine and over drinking, and then maybe doing other addictive patterning things that you maybe tend to do. Mine was always red wine. It was Merlot for me, a bottle pretty much every night, eating loads of sugar and junk and then feeling terrible the next day. And on the outside, I'd have my smile on my face. I'd be pretending everything's fine, but I'd be carrying this heavy weight of just hiding this heavy secret, which just didn't feel good. And I had to learn that when I came home, but not just home in the evenings, this is an all-day thing. Just like we need to recharge things in our home, we need to be able to plug them in and give them a reboot. So we need to build roots. So roots is about identity and it's about safety. We don't stay on track by trying harder and white knuckling our way through. We actually stay on track by becoming the woman that knows how to come back to herself. And we do this through habits, routines, rituals, really, really simple things that we can easily implement in our day. Having a great morning routine, having a check in the day routine, and having an evening ritual, and having excellent sleep hygiene, nourishment, eating well, all of these things help us to build these roots, as well as navigating cravings, sitting with these big feelings and emotions. And absolutely, if you need support with that, get that support in place, that professional support, whether it's counselling or therapy. You will know what you feel drawn to trying, or like me, you can just become attached to your journal and just brain dump everything and journal things out. Roots are built by anchoring ourselves into our day before the rest of the day takes over. Number two, naming what actually matters today, and then creating safety in the body first. So a regulated nervous system reduces urges automatically. Then we have the trunk of the wellness tree. So there's so much more I can say about the roots. The roots is an entire system. In Strong Roots, our membership, we go into this deeply. The Strong Roots is actually all about creating that strong root system. And then when you're feeling that strength, then the body is open, it's creating that safety. It's then open to receive, tapping into the creativity, looking more into that new identity and who is the version that we're actually becoming. At the same time, we're kind of rising up into that trunk of our inner wellness tree, because we're creating structure and we're creating steadiness. We need to create steady days. So lack of structure will create overwhelm, confusion, drifting, losing focus. That's when we are feeling weakened. Our energy is weakened. We begin to feel powerless. We feel tired if we're not taking care of our energy. That's when the little danger zones can appear, and we're more susceptible to self-sabotage, to wine witch whispers. Oh, you've been good today, you deserve it, go on, have a glass. And we feel beaten down, and we're just like, stuff it, I'll start Monday. I just need to get this out my system, gather my strength up, and then we're good to go again. I'll try again. And it becomes like this exhausting cycle of drinking, not drinking, drinking, not drinking. And this is why so many people actually give up with moderation. They find the whole thing too much work. So what do we want to be focusing on? So to create an on-track day that feels really, really good to you, we want to be focusing on specific areas of our wellness tree. And this is when we are going into our branches. And if you come and join Strong Roots, you will learn the different branches, the different life areas where you need to be focusing. And these are things like staying hydrated, having really good nutrition, eating enough, moving gently. It's really important to have gentle movement, because our nervous system, especially the gut, it needs gentle movement, stretching, slow movement. And when we have created some steadiness with our body, we can then explore different movements. Maybe you start to feel that fire in your belly and you're like, right, I want to go like a 4-mile run like I did yesterday. You also want to reduce decision fatigue. So we want to have our days planned really well. Again, I show you how to do this in Strong Roots. You want to have midday emotional check-ins. So we want to be laser focused on these specific things so that we're not drifting and we're not falling into dysregulation. We have leaves on our branches, and these are our daily choices. So urges, if you feel urges coming up, they are just waves of energy. They're not commands and demands that need us to feed them in a negative way. You don't need to fight them. You don't need to obey them. Instead, just feel them. Like I did yesterday with my no eating sugar. Like, oh, just feel that, just feel it. When we allow ourselves to feel it, we can start to relax, we can start to stay present, and we can choose one aligned action that's nourishing and let that wave pass. So it's no willpower involved, there's no white knuckling involved, it's just a conscious choice. Bearing in mind this takes awareness and this takes practice. Then we have the fruit of the tree. This is when you're in your leadership, you're in your visibility, This is when you're creating on-track days consistently. So the more you're showing up for yourself, the more you're practicing your healthy habits, your planning, your structured days, your zoned in, laser precision focus on the specific things that matter to you. Thinking of the archer aiming his bow and arrow, that real huntress energy, aiming for that bullseye. That is your on-track day, that bullseye. And when you fire your arrow, it's like, done it. Another day in the bag. Another day done. Another nugget added to my soul wealth bank account. You're growing this juicy fruit. Your presence stabilizes. So you're going to be creating confidence. Confidence is actually something that comes and that you give yourself when you feel proud, when you make those choices that feel really good, when you wake up the next morning without a hangover because you did what you said you were going to do the night before and you stayed with yourself. Staying with yourself creates juicy fruit. Your confidence grows, your energy leakage reduces, your decision making becomes cleaner. And this is you showing up as the rooted leader. The rooted leader has a strong root system. She creates steady days. She shows up. She doesn't tolerate her excuses. She commands of herself. She structures her day. She is fully in her focused mindset, and she knows how to balance her masculine and feminine energies. She dances between the two, and she becomes so tuned in that she can find that center point, and she can learn to feel when she's moving out, in and out of balance. And it's almost like this beautiful dance to create these on-track days, which may feel really, really messy at first. But it's just like a little toddler, a little baby learning to walk. You get up, you fall down, you get up. And your presence will start speaking louder than your content will. You can put content out there and it just falls flat because the energy isn't behind it. It's just not aligned. And if you're feeling like two different people, that's perfectly normal. You're showing up in your business during the day, or you're leading during the day, doing all the things. And then the evening comes and you're falling back into an older version of you that you're trying to let go, that's self-sabotaging with alcohol. Then just know that's part of the process, and we want to, let that melt and get back on track and choose differently. So perfection isn't, something we want to bring with us. We want to bring with us precision, focused precision, because that's what self-leadership is. That's what being the rooted leader is. In terms of alcohol, don't think about quitting forever. Maybe that will come and you'll be okay with that thought. And maybe I want to quit forever, like I was. Maybe you just are ready. You're so ready to let alcohol go. Amazing. Amazing. I love it when I receive a DM saying, I'm ready. I'm ready. And if that's you, send me a DM. Just tell me I'm ready. Because when I read those words, I'm like, yes, I get it. I get it. You don't need all the answers. You don't need to know where you're going, because we don't know where we're going. We are just guided. We're guided, and we need to slow down. We need to get quiet. We need to eliminate the distractions. And really, the best next step is to get really clear on why. Why is alcohol freedom important to you? Whether you're taking a break, right, decide how long you're taking that break for. Is it a week? Is it a month? Is it 3 months, 6 months, a year, a lifestyle? And then, what does an on-track day feel like to me? What feels doable? What feels achievable? How am I going to make that happen? What specific things am I going to do? How many on-track days do I want to create? Now, this can be a very lonely journey, which is why I created Strong Roots. So you have this free Facebook group together, and you have the Strong Roots membership where you have actual coaching with me. We have a live coaching call every week. We have a really supportive group chat. You have a Google folder full of all kinds of tools, everything you need to help you on your grey area drinking release and soul freedom journey. If you'd love to come and join Strong Roots, I would love to have you in there. You can join anytime, you can cancel anytime. Right now, the membership is literally just £38 per month. That's founding members price currently, and you will keep that price. If you join now, you'll keep that price forever, for as long as I do Strong Roots for, which I think is going to be a really long time. If you'd love the information, drop the word roots below. Have the most amazing day, amazing rest of the evening, and go start creating your on-track days. Or come and join Strong Roots and we'll do it together. Lots of love, gorgeous souls. Bye for now.